Okay, so there we go. Oops. Why is it? Okay. Hang it. All right, here we go. Okay. Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay? C is the most important part. Okay? C is always, always, always across from the right angle. Right? So you have the right angle and you have C every single time. C is the hypotenuse. Okay? So we talked about the hypotenuse and how important the hypotenuse has been all year. Okay? And this is one of the reasons. Okay? So we're going to set things up so that that doesn't matter which one's A or B. Okay? So, I'll let the B be the 6 and the A be the 8. And then that way, the B and the 6 look the same, right? So whatever. Okay, so if it's A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and you have 8 squared plus 6 squared equals C squared. So what's 8 squared? 8 times 8?
64.
There you go. 6 times 6?
36.
Okay. Equals C squared. So it's 100 is equal to C squared. Okay? Now we want to break down the 100. Okay? So we're going to take a square root of both sides. Now, the way I like to do square roots is I break them down with my primes. Alright? So my primes are going to be 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and so forth. Okay? And so make a note of that. Okay? And so I would go with 2. Right? And say, okay, is 2 going to 100? 50 times. Okay? Is 2 going to 50?
Yep.
Yeah. So like 25 times. And is 2 going to 25?
No.
Does 3? And the trick with 3 is if the numbers add up to be a number divisible by 3. So 2 plus 5 is 7. That's not divisible by 3, so 25 is in. Okay. But 5 is, right? Because it ends in a 5 or a 0. Okay? And it goes in there 5 times. Okay? And so what you're going to do is pick out your pairs. So you remember this from 2 years ago, right? Or last year?
Yeah.
Or just 2 years ago? Last year?
Oh,
Where did I have you? Right? So we're going to break down and we're going to pull pairs out. The pairs are from the square root. Okay? There's a little hidden 2 in there. So I'm taking out pairs. Okay? So for every pair I take out 1. For every pair I take out 1. And then I leave in there whatever's left. But there's nothing left. So there's nothing to square root. Okay? So it's just 2 times 5, which is
10.
So the square root of 100 is 10.
Wow.
Right? We knew that, right? 10 times 10 is 100. Okay? And that's equal to C. And that's really what we're doing here. So this is a Pythagorean triple. Right? But you don't see it as easily. Right? But think of it like this. Does 3 go into 6? How many times? Twice. Okay? So 2 times 3 is 6, right? So then how many times does 2 go into 8? 4 times. So 2 times 4 is 8. So how many times does 2 go into 10? 5 times. 2 times 5 is 10. So this is really a Pythagorean triple of 3, 4, 5. Okay? It's just multiplied. It's just dilated.
Oh, I understand those now.
Get it? Okay? So they're going to use these a lot. whenever the numbers come out nicely, it's because they use the Pythagorean triple. Okay? So they use them a lot on tests. Okay? I didn't put any numbers on that one. I don't know. My head is not in it today, guys. But I'm trying anyways. I can't even undo the pins. My head's so screwed up. Alright, 13 and 9. 13, 9, and X. Okay, so again, we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem, right? Now it looks like it could be a triple. Do we know, is there a triple up there with 13 and 9? I don't see any. I see a 13, but it's 13 and 12, right? So, since there's no 13 and 9, it's probably not a triple.
Oh.
Okay? So, we're going to take these and go, okay. Well, this is going to be A. I like to make the unknown A, because A, if I make it B, it'll always look like a 6. And then kids go, is that a 6? And I'm like, no, it's not a 6, it's a B. I said that 5 times. And then I'll tell them again, and then somebody else will come in and sit down and go, so is that a 6? And I'll be like, I'm going to punch you in the face. So it's A squared plus 9 squared equals 13 squared. Okay? And so what's 9 squared? 81. And what's 13 squared? 169?
Of course.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to take 81 from 169. And so I get 8 and I get 8. So 88. Right? All right. So now I'm going to take a square root of both sides. So here I'm going to break down 88. Does 2 go into 88? 44 times. Does 2 go into 44? 22 times. Does 2 go into 22? 11 times. 2 doesn't. 3 doesn't. 5 doesn't. 7 doesn't. 11 does. Once. So when you get to 1, you're done. Now pick out your pair. Okay? I have a pair of 2's. And then that's it. So 2 times 11 stays in the radical. Okay? And so what I'm left with is that x is equal to 2 square roots of 22. And that's Pythagorean theorem. Okay? This one is going to be a little bit more intense. Okay? So I'm going to take a break, pause it, and then start this one. So hopefully